Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are loved, we are one. One big family, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are loved, we are one. One big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Come on. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are loved, we are one. Ha!
One big family.
That's right. Another bridge. Come on, Chris. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Woo! Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. All right, guys. Woo!
Now, if that doesn't have your blood pumping, I don't know what will. Good morning, everyone. My name's Morgana, and I'm hosting for you this morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Tucson, and to all those joining us online. We're so happy you chose to be with us today. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living Tucson, the invitation is for all of us to experience a happier life, better health, and embracing a more abundant living environment. If you're here for the first time, we have a gift for you at the greeter table just outside the sanctuary. Please let Reverend Rhoni or a practitioner know that you're here for the first time. They'll be happy to meet with you and answer any questions. If you're willing and you are here for the first time, maybe put a hand up, wave, let us say hi to you. Thank you, welcome, thank you for joining us. Good to meet you. Pleasure, glad you are here. For those joining us in person, can we please put the phones on silent or put them on airplane or turn them off? We're going to have a peaceful, uninterrupted period of grace today. A few announcements. Every Sunday there's meditation before the service in the Annex Building, Room 2 at 10:30. We have fellowship after, and of course this is a very big fellowship today. It is our potluck Sunday, so please stay with us. Please help clear all the plates and pots. Let's leave no food wasted. Let's fill our bellies and our souls. After the potluck, we'll have the annual meeting. That's going to be at 1 o'clock, and it will actually be back in here. So please join us for that. It's a very important meeting, and we're looking forward to your presence with that. Women of Wisdom October presentation will be the 14th of October. Michelle Cardenas presents a pendulum play shop. Come and learn the basics of dowsing and how to play with your pendulum. Okay. So now we allow ourselves to settle into our morning. I'd like to invite everyone to take a deep breath. Inhale. and hold it and release. Letting it out slowly, remembering we are always in sacred space. Please know that wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living Tucson, we believe everyone is a unique expression of the divine source. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is our life now. Okay, let's take a moment to get to know each other, greet each other, say hello, hugs, and we'll come back together in a minute. Spiritual and virtual hugs to our groups joining us from afar. Okay. All right, and I'd like you to call us all back together. We will read together the mission statement as we wrap up our greetings. I've kind of noticed. We have a love energy today. It's big love. Okay, as we wrap up our greetings and hugs, we'll come together and read together the mission statement for Center for Spiritual Living Tucson. The Center for Spiritual Living Tucson is an inclusive, vibrant, spiritual community focusing on personal connection through our beliefs, principles, and practices of the science of mind.
Good morning. I'm Ruth Starwell. I'm a licensed religious science practitioner. I just want to start right now with a ceremony that we perform every week, lighting the flames of faith, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And we light a candle for all those who are yet unaware of the power and presence of spirit in their lives. We hold a space for them and for all those religions unnamed in this ceremony. And lastly, as the healing candle is lit, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to experience the healing flame of God's eternal love. And now we move into a time of silent meditation. So I invite you to allow the sounds of the bell to bring you in and out of these 3 minutes of meditation. And so I invite you in a moment of prayer, knowing there is only one power, one presence, that divine light and love that is forever creating. And knowing that there is only that one power, one presence, we can never be separate, for we are that. We're in as that, expressing divine love, divine beauty, divine creation. And so as we acknowledge the divine presence everywhere, we acknowledge that divine presence within. And we recognize that divine presence in the eyes of the other. And so bowing deeply to this divine grace, divine love, opening more fully to express this in life, to allow divine love and expression and creativity to guide the way for each and every one, to open the space for love to be more fully expressed. I'm so grateful for this presence, for this teaching, for this knowing that God is grace, God is love, God is light, God is creation and creating. I'm so grateful for this community to come together in celebration, in light, in love, in recognition, in learning, in growing, and in knowing the truth as we practice together the spiritual principles. And so I'm so grateful for this morning of celebration, for each one who comes together in creating this space for us to share and enjoy and be in love. And so it is.
Please join me in welcoming my daughter, Yilu, to sing today.
I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I piece of it all. I am light. 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 I am life. I am light.
Join us in an Om.
Beautiful. Thank you. Our spiritual thought today is in your program, which I will read. Nature will not let us stay in any one place for too long. She will let us stay just long enough to gather the experience necessary to the unfolding and advancement of the soul. This is a wise provision, for should we stay there too long, we would become too set, too rigid, too inflexible. Nature demands change in order that we may advance. So I invite you to join me in saying our affirmation for today. I honor the divine nature in myself and in all beings. God is the fantastic flow that I am.
Shaking the tree. Soon you're gone, soon you're gone. We are shaking the tree. Waiting your time, dreaming of a better life. Waiting your time. You're more than just a wife. Don't have to do what your mother has done. She has known this is your life. This new life has begun. It's your day, a woman's day. It's your day, a woman's day. Turning the tide, you are on the incoming wave. Turning the tide, you know you are nobody's slave. Find your sisters and brothers who can hear all the truth in what you say. They can support you When you're on your way, it's your day. It's Woman's Day. It's your day. A Woman's Day. Soon you're gone. Soon you're gone. We are shaking the tree. Soon you're gone. Soon you're gone. We are shaking the tree. Go ahead.
Changing your ways, changing those surrounding you. Changing your ways more than any man can do. Then your heart, throw him the anger and pain, so you feel maybe he's looking for his feminine side. Let it feel you. It's hard to be so strong. And you did nothing wrong, nothing wrong at all. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna shake it down, shake it all around. So strong, and there ain't nothing wrong at all. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna shake it down, shake it all around.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We are going to shake it all around. That's what we're going to do. Good morning. We are in the last 3 months of 2025. Wow. And October is my favorite month. It really is, because of the fall. Fall, y'all. And, you know, we don't get to see it too much here on, you know, in the desert. But let me recommend, go on YouTube. Look at all the like New England videos of all the beautiful foliage, and you'll get that feel. But it's just such a beautiful time of year. And of course, you know, next month we're going to be going into Thanksgiving, and then of course Christmas and the New Year, and we start all over again. We do. And so this month, what I want to talk about is the spooky things in our life. So this will be sort of a common theme. As it says, dispelling illusions, seeing through the spooky to the spiritual truth. What are those little ghosties that are constantly haunting us? What are the things in our life that we keep, drumming up and we keep revisiting? What are those things that we really don't need to believe in? There is something interesting about spending a lot of time in a church. And sometimes, we look at the elements, and we think that this represents the holy. And when you go into other churches, of course, you see an altar and you see the figures and the saints and all of that. And then, in your mind, you say, oh, I'm in a really sacred, holy place. But you know what? Churches don't have to have walls. There are no walls when it comes to the sacred, when it comes to that sacred invitation of our understanding. There is no limitation. There is, everything is just expanding. We can go out these doors and go into the beautiful desert, and that is our church. That is our sacred space. But we become so accustomed to the illusion that we forget to look for the truth right behind it. Metaphysics is the study of what lies beyond the physical. And that's what we are all involved with. Science of mind is considered not just new thought, but part of what we would name the metaphysical, principles. We believe beyond the physical. There's a lot more that's going on that meets the eye. We don't limit ourselves. We actually, the spiritual truth isn't beyond the world as if, spirit, we're hiding in some celestial, attic or closet. The spiritual truth is the fundamental, reality of this world. It is the principle that holds it all together. The ground of being. Simply put, God is, and God is love. This is the metaphysical principle that dispels all the illusions we cling to. Because there are so many that we come up with. So I'm just going to say the first one is the illusion of separation. This is the spookiest of probably all the things that we like to get into. And it's the spookiest illusion, we carry. And it haunts, our everyday in the illusion of separation. And so what am I talking about separation? Our separation from source, our separation from the spirit and God of our understanding. It's the constant nagging feeling that we are alone. Cut off from one another, the earth and our God, it's just, that's what we are. We're over here and everything else is over here. That couldn't be further from the truth. We're all in this together. We're all one. It's all in consciousness. We've all seen it. The moment a person is so consumed by their own story, that their own pain and their own fear, that they can't see the person sitting next to them. It's the tribalism that convinces us that the border between us and them is made of titanium, when it's really just a line drawn in the desert sand. Yes. It's as simple as that. The metaphysical truth of unifying and source's all-encompassing presence stands against this. As the Apostle Paul, reminded the Athenians, in God, we live and move and have our being. And we are that. We are all of that and so much more. So we live and move and have our being in this beautiful, loving energy, because that's what we are. That's what our soul is. And it is the ability to see through the spooky ghosts of our lives, of this separation, and to realize that the person you're struggling to forgive, or the neighbor you're judging, the stranger in the news, they're not outside the circle of Source's being. They're in it with us. And therefore, they are not outside anyone's circle. They are included. Even though we'd like to throw them to the side, they are always included. You cannot truly harm them without harming yourself. This is not a moral lesson. Trust me, this is not a moral lesson. It is a law of the spiritual universe. So now let's step into going from that of separation to the next one that haunts us, which is scarcity. That's another favorite illusion, that we don't have enough. You know, ours is especially here in in this material-minded West, you know, that there is an illusion of scarcity. We just don't have enough. And yet when we look around, we have plenty. It's the belief, and there is the ghost that haunts us, that there is not enough time, money, good, you know, love, whatever you want to name it. There just doesn't seem to be enough. Because it's an illusion. It drives us to hoard, to panic, and to compete. Yes, think about it. When you think you don't have enough, how many of us have gone to the grocery store and needed that one thing that always seems to be gone on the shelf, right? You go and you go, oh my gosh, it's there. And what do? You take them all. Right? Right? I know we're all guilty. I am too. But we do that because we're hoarding, because that is our mental capacity of, oh, well, if it's only here right now, then I won't find it again, so I might as well take it all. Do we really need to have that? The consciousness, you know, in science of mind is there's always enough. There's everything for everybody. And we know that we take 2 instead of the whole 12. And we know that everyone, anything that is looking for that same product gets it too. We don't have to go to Amazon because it's right there. It's always right there. And the finality, you know, is this collapse, you know, from exhaustion, of always chasing the next thing that promises to make us enough. That is also part of it. What are we chasing? What do we have? Oh, I got to have this. I got to do that because this is going to, you know, the TV tells me that if I have this product, I'm going to be really, really healthy and really good. I have to have this. Or maybe you have to go to, you know, some seminar because, oh, they're going to change your life forever. This is what changes your life forever. Your heart. Your heart. For whatever reason, we as humans have this commonality of lack. But what if the deepest metaphysical truth is abundance? And I'm not going to say what if right now. I'm going to say it is. It is the deepest metaphysical truth that we are abundant. We just haven't learned how to handle it. Because we are abundant in so many ways. You know, dispelling the solution requires a different kind of seeing. Not with the sharp, you know, measuring eye. Ooh, you see whatever. You know, like a market analysis, you know, but with the wide, soft focus of the mystic. Everything is possible. Anything is possible, and it is. And to look at our own life and see not the empty spaces, but the millions of breathing, here's where the leaves come in, the beautiful colors of the leaves and the birds and the quiet, you know, generous company, you know, of the ordinary that is already here. I've gotten into this habit, and I have said this many times, but it's so true. With all the weather and wonderful stuff that we get to experience here in Tucson, I've had the opportunity in the mornings, excuse me, to make my breakfast and go out and sit on we have a patio love seat. And I get to sit out there and watch sometimes the sun come up. And I get to see the hummingbirds, which literally, I'm not kidding you, the hummingbirds are like this. And I look at them and I think, wow, you're really brave. But they do. And then there'll be one, and then there'll be two, and then there'll be four. And if you've ever watched hummingbirds, it's like a ballet. They come in, and they drift off, and then they come back in. It's so beautiful to watch nature. So I encourage each and every one of you, whether it's inside or outside, to take moments and just be appreciative of what we have. Because so often, and I've mentioned this before, where we go through our lives and we just go through the day. How many of us have noticed, wow, I received something really nice today, or, whatever else it was. And we just kind of okay, we get to bed and we go to sleep and we start all over again. How many of us have really, looked at our lives and what has happened for us? The grace of the Spirit isn't something you earn or you stockpile. It really isn't. It is the sheer overwhelming reality of existence. The sun rises, the rain falls sometimes, and we're all here. We're right here, right now. What more evidence of cosmic generosity do we need to show up for all of us? It's in the luminous details of our life. So how do we practice the work of seeing through the spooky to the spiritual? How do we get rid of those ghosts that fog our ability to see what is really going on? We start with the luminous details of our ordinary lives. We stop looking for the transcendent. And that super empirical, highfalutin thing that supposedly happens up here, out there, no, bring it in again. Bring it into the heart. We start looking for the eminent, the holy that is already woven into the fabric of this life in us, through us. It is the spiritual truth, the deep metaphysical principle of this life is the Spirit. Spirit is present in the things we dismiss as common or boring as merely physical. We can look at the piano. Oh, nice piano. It's there. It does its thing. But do we really look at it? Do we look at what it creates for us? It creates a mood. It creates an ambiance. It also gives many individuals that are able to play that joy, to be able to hear their fingers create sound and beyond. And it just doesn't stop here. Music and everything else goes way beyond this room. It's a vibration that goes out into the world. And it goes and it goes and it's beyond. Spirit source is the life force in the dirt and the coherence in our minds. And it's the connection between one human heart and another. But there is one final illusion that I want to speak to you about that is often very hard for most of us. And that is the fear of finality. The fear that all this This beautiful, terrifying, heartbreaking reality is going to simply end. That's it. Done. Whatever it is, it's just done. And we find ourselves in the dark forever. No. Actually, we find ourselves in the light. But that's one of the ghosts, is however we have grown up, some of us have been taught that, well, when you're dead, you're dead. No. In the science of mind, we believe in eternal life. We believe that the soul continues on and on and on. Depends on whether you believe in reincarnation or whatever you believe in. But the soul continues its work. It goes into the light and goes wherever. We don't know. And we won't know until we get there. But what we do know is this body is just a physical form of how we're living and breathing and enjoying, and hopefully enjoying, this human experience. You know, the ultimate ghost is the one we see in the mirror, the ghost of our own mortality. We spend our days running from it, medicating ourselves from it, trying to, achieve some kind of spiritual perfection that will grant us permanent paths from change. Not going to happen. Things are static. Everything changes. Everything shifts. Everything does not stay the same. Oh, what a boring world it would be if everything stayed the same. Can you imagine picking a time in your life and staying that same age for the rest of your life? I mean, some of us be like, okay, yeah, I'll take 32, But, we stay there and we don't learn anything. We just stay. I think it's pretty boring. We need to grow. We need to go. We need to be. We need to absorb. We need to learn so our soul continues. We try to freeze the beautiful things and seal them, up trying to cheat the universal law of flux. Well, unfortunately, they're still going to wither, and they're going to go away to make new for something else to come in. But the great metaphysical principle of this universe, the one that the Christians, sorry, now, stay with me on this. Don't run. Don't run. The great metaphysical principle of this universe, the one that the Christian story affirms again and again, is the principle of continual resurrection. We do. We continually live, we continually die, we continually go on, and we die again. And what is that a symbol of? It's the symbol of spiritual growth. We have died so many times in our lifetime that we don't realize it. I know this is going to sound really crazy, but it's true. You go to school, you graduate. That died. You leave it behind, but you have learned. And you go on to the next thing. And whatever that is, you've learned, and that dies, and it goes on. But yet you continue because you keep learning. So that's what I mean. Things continue to live and die in our lives. And we become renewed each time from this experience. Resurrection is not a one-time, it really isn't. It's not a one-time historical event that happened to one person 2,000 years ago. It's an ongoing law of life. It's our life, right now. And it's a good thing. It is the principle that no material form is final. Think of the seed which must dissolve completely in the dark, wet earth, covered up, to become the towering oak. Now this is my favorite. And I've talked of this before. Think of the caterpillar, which, enters a state of, utter, unrecognizable chaos in the chrysalis. It literally has a meltdown, like most of us. But it literally goes into, it spins its own house, and it has a meltdown. And it's then in that meltdown that it reconfigures, it transforms, only to emerge not as a perfect caterpillar, but as something entirely new. You know, the spooky story we tell ourselves is that death is an ending. It's a locked door, and we don't have the key. Oh, yes, we do. You know, the spiritual truth, the reality of God's energy is that it truly is a transformation. When we have a meltdown in our lives over something, instead of looking at it as, oh my God, now what am I going to do? Look at it as, wow, what is now renewing? What now is being created? What now is being resurrected in my life for me to see the truth and for me to go on and on? You know, a different shape, you know, of the same indestructible spirit. We are indestructible in our soul. You are not static object. You are a living verb. Yes, you're in action. You know, a constant process of becoming. Your essential self, that spark of the divine, cannot be extinguished. You cannot extinguish it no matter how you really try. It simply changes, it just simply changes its address. You know, to see through the illusion of, you know, finality is to be able to radically present to the life you have right now. Right now. It is to stop rehearsing your eulogy and start noticing the texture of the ground beneath your feet. Because the spiritual truth is not waiting for you after this life. It is the substance of this life. Moving, breathing, dying, being born again, minute by minute. This is our life. Practice seeing the metaphysical. Beyond. When you feel the familiar chill of a phantom illusion, such as, let's say, aloneness, the not enoughness, or the illusion of, you know, of the end, do not argue with the ghost. Instead, find one luminous detail in your immediate surroundings and lean into the reality. Illusion of separateness? Look at your own hand, which is God's hand, and say, in spirit, I live and move and have my being. I am not separate. In the illusion of scarcity, go and look at the infinite blue sky, the infinite we all are witness to. That is abundance. This life, right here, right now, is a gift. The spiritual truth is always more beautiful, more complex, and more terrifying, you know, real than the illusion. It's not an escape from the world. It's a radical immersion in the world as Source created it to be. You do not have to be afraid of the dark or the shadows or the things that go bump in the night. The light is so much stronger than you imagine. The light is, in fact, all there is. So as we leave here today, let us not run from the illusions of the world, but to see through them. May we be granted the profound, unsettling courage to look at the world with new eyes, to, you know, perceive the unity that underlies all separation, and to trust the abundance that precedes all scarcity. May we find, which I know we know this to be true, the peace of spirit which is sheer unstoppable reality of being, keeping our heart and our mind in luminous truth. And may we always know and feel the blessing and love of the divine within each one of us. Namaste. And so let us just for a few moments keep our attention inward as we remember that God is right where we are, surrounding us, filling us, God within the ground of being for each and every one of us. We are emanations of the Most High God. And in the awareness of our oneness and God, Source, whatever you wish to name it, I further know that we are all connected with each other on the unseen side of life. So in the mind and the heart that is God, there's only one of us. And we're all in. Yes, we are. We are all in. So in the awareness of our oneness, I speak the word for each and every one of us today. And I know that we are all committed to our spiritual path that God has revealed in each one of our lives. We bring into our consciousness our family members, and our friends, and our furry friends, and our parents, and our children, and all of those we love and hold near and dear. And as we see them in our mind's eye, we know that God is surrounding and filling them and us, that everyone's needs are met, and that we are loved and peaceful and whole in every way. Let this prayer be a blessing in the world that we live in, and we bless our center. We bless all sacred space everywhere. Synagogues, temples, mosques, and ashrams, all paths to God. And I accept that we are blessed by being together today. Yes, we are. And so with an open and gracious full heart, I say thank you, God. Thank you, God, and I release these words into the law of love. And I know this to be so. And so it is. Amen.
I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. Sing with me. I am remembering who I am. Yes. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering. I am remembering. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering who I am. I am remembering
Yes. I am remembering who we all are. We are this beautiful spiritual community called Center for Spiritual Living Tucson. So just as a reminder, we do have a potluck today in Harmony Hall, and at 1 o'clock we have an annual membership meeting. And why is that important? Because we are electing new board members, and we are looking to the future. We are, we have other stuff that we present, such as our finances and things that you should know as a community. And this is your time to know who CSLT is. And when it's all over, you also have the opportunity to help shift and change whatever is going on. So I just want to let you all know that. And so as I just say thank you for this morning, for everything that's gone on. If you feel so called, there's a donation basket at the back, which helps us greatly to be able to afford to be here. And I will be very, very honest, this summer has been a struggle. So I'm just saying that. And I know that we are building more, and we have abundance. There is no lack. So I just know that all is good and all is God. And so I just say thank you. And as you leave here today, just simply place whatever you have in the basket. And so as we go forth today, we just say together, divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. Let's say that again. I am prosperous now. Yes.
All right, stand up and sing along, please. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light, and am free with the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. Come on. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. Come on. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love.
And we're here for a lot more, but say with me, I am. God is. And my life is filled with infinite possibilities. And so it is. Have a wonderful week, everyone. I love you. Mwah!